Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Notes from a Sigma Male. Today, I want to talk about something that rarely gets addressed in the conversations surrounding Sigma males: the downsides. Now, in general, Sigmas are known for their unique combination of traits and attitudes that allow them to depart from the bounds of the socio-sexual hierarchy and live on their own terms. Now, these lone wolves are often admired by those around them for their ability to live life on their own terms and resist the pressures of social norms and expectations. But nothing in life is perfect, and even the seemingly unphasable Sigma has to deal with some downsides. This might come as a surprise, but today I'm going to break it down and explain what's tough about being a Sigma male. Being perceived as introverted. Sigmas are by nature rather solitary creatures. They are totally comfortable in their own company and, in fact, most often prefer to be alone than to be with others. However, this isn't down to some kind of social anxiety or a lack of social skills. Quite simply, Sigmas possess a unique way of thinking that few others can truly understand. The time they spend alone is time during which they can think freely without needing to explain themselves to those around them. However, this preference for spending time alone can often lead the people around a Sigma to the mistake of thinking that he's an introvert. In fact, this is not the case. Sigmas are not introverted in the traditional sense. With their keen eye for social cues and high level of intelligence, Sigmas can actually be incredibly charming and capable in a social setting. When the need arises or when the mood takes them, Sigmas can actually transform and fulfill the role of the alpha in a given situation. It's the tendency to stick to themselves that leads people around the Sigma to sometimes mischaracterize them as socially awkward or lacking in social skills. Just catch a Sigma in the right mood and you'll be surprised how confident and extroverted he will appear. Intimidating others. Sigmas are naturally pretty stoic. This means that they like to exert control over their thoughts and behaviors and are not prone to acting impulsively or irrationally. A stoic nature can, however, lead to a very calm and hard-to-read outward appearance. Stoics often find themselves being mistaken for being detached or even condescending, even when they're not. And this is an assumption that many Sigmas will be all too familiar with. Their cool, calm, and collected outward appearance can actually be really intimidating for some people. Of course, there is a great degree of irony to this fact, as the reason why Sigmas are capable of being so stoic and collected is the fact that they don't care about impressing other people. It can really be a source of frustration when the fact that you're not trying to place any one person above another, including yourself, is perceived as condescension, an experience that many Sigmas will unfortunately be, again, familiar with. Even in general, the highly competent and self-secure nature of a Sigma will lead to those around him feeling intimidated, particularly those with a weak or insecure sense of self-confidence. Sigmas can, for this reason, often find themselves struggling with people around them, feeling threatened by their presence. People assume you want to be alone. It is true, Sigmas prefer to be alone. Similar to other more introverted personality types, they tend to find social batteries drained by excessive social interaction. Unlike more extroverted personality types who find their social batteries energized by being exposed to many different people and interacting with large groups. Sigmas greatly value the time they spend with themselves. They tend to be highly intellectual and love nothing more than diving as deeply as possible into a topic until they've become an expert in the subject. And without ample time alone, Sigmas miss the opportunity to satiate their intellectual curiosity. And so, many Sigmas are known for making access to time alone a top priority in their lives. From this, however, some problems can arise. If the people around a Sigma observe the fact that he loves alone time so much, they may fall into the trap of assuming that he always wants to be alone. Many Sigmas out there will tell you that they've had to go to great lengths to show others that they do, in fact, want to spend time with other people and to be invited to things. They just can't guarantee that they'll always be down to accept the invitation. When they're in the right mood, Sigmas are often really charming and make for great conversationalists and, overall, great company. One of the pitfalls of the lone wolf nature is that the people around them often don't get to experience this because they're already assuming you want to be alone. Overanalyzing. Sigmas are known for their analytic nature. They're not prone to emotional reasoning and prefer to tackle every topic with an approach of analytic rationality. And the thing is, Sigmas are also incredibly thorough at everything they do. They are very committed to everything they undertake, and their commitment to analyze is no different in this regard. They like to turn over every possibility, leaving no stone unturned, and the problem is that this can often lead to a pattern of overthinking, beyond the point where analyzing even continues to be useful anymore. Many Sigmas will find themselves getting sucked into the habit of overthinking and realizing they've spent hours and hours trying to pick apart a problem that may not even be solvable at the end of the day. But the good thing, however, is that Sigmas are usually pretty self-aware and will catch on to the fact that they have this bad habit pretty quickly. Once they identify the fact that they are prone to overthinking, they usually try to monitor the tendency and nip it in the bud. After all, Sigmas are also known for being highly dedicated to their own personal growth, and when they see that an element of their own behavior is potentially problematic, they waste no time in taking action to remedy the situation. Many Sigmas struggle in their early years. As you probably know, Sigmas are the rarest of the male types that make up the spectrum of the socio-sexual hierarchy. Unlike the others, like alphas, betas, gammas, etc., Sigmas choose to exist outside of the hierarchy of dominance. This is pretty rare, and throughout the average person's life, they will most likely only encounter a handful of truly Sigma males. The rarity of a Sigma can make them stand out from the crowd quite a bit. They are usually very noticeably different to their peers. This can often pose a certain aspect of struggle. The people around them may not quite understand them and may even single them out as being odd or strange. When they are young, they tend not to quite understand the very different way of thinking that most of their peers share, and this can lead them to alienate themselves even further from the mainstream of society. Usually, however, this problem tends to be constrained to the early years of a Sigma's life. As Sigmas grow up and develop, they gain a far greater sense of self-awareness and they understand their place in society better. They grow to understand that what sets them apart is simply the fact that they don't wish to participate in the hierarchical behavior that defines most of their peers' roles in society. As Sigmas grow up, they struggle less and less with finding themselves as they learn to embrace their lone wolf Sigma nature. Now, I just want to take a second to say, if you're enjoying the video so far, please head down and give a quick click on the like button. It literally takes a second, but it goes a huge way in helping me grow the channel and to keep bringing you more content like this. And now onto the last point. Sigmas suffer when they're forced to over-socialize. As the name would suggest, a lone wolf likes to be alone, right? Well, unlike naturally extroverted people, they find it very difficult when they are forced to stick around in large groups of other people against their will. This is another reason that Sigmas often struggle during their youth, as being forced into constant group activities such as school and extracurriculars can have a truly taxing effect on a Sigma. Sigmas function best when they're able to pick and choose their level of social interaction, according to how charged their social battery is. Exhaustion and frustration are two common issues faced by Sigmas who have been overexposed to social interaction, and this is the reason why so many Sigmas pursue careers in fields that allow them to dictate their own schedule and their own interactions. Although they are intelligent, self-sufficient, and often highly respected individuals, being a Sigma isn't all roses and sunshine. Every Sigma faces their share of recurring struggles throughout life, just like the rest of us. One thing that does set the Sigma apart, however, is how willing they are to acknowledge, tackle, and overcome their struggles. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's video. Hit subscribe to keep up with the latest Bloke Box videos, and I'll see you next time for more notes from a Sigma male.